I remember coming home one day from actually the third grade. Got home like in the early afternoon, and my dad had taken a day off from work. And he was in our backyard bending these strips of steel with his bare hands. And I remember as an 8-year-old being like really amazed that my dad, who's always kind of been this hero figure to me, was bending steel with his bare hands.
Oh, well, it started in about 73. First thing we built was a fern stand.
I would take these fern stands and stack up, I can't remember, maybe like 4 or 5 in this little wagon.
Looked at him one day and he was loading up his wagon. I said, "Where you going?" He wasn't so high. And he said, "Well, I'm gonna go around the neighborhood. You don't care, do you?" I said, "No, I don't care." So he actually went from door to door there in the neighborhood pulling a wagon, a little red wagon, and he had several fern stands in it. I don't know how many he sold, but I think it was kind of worth his while. He kept doing it for a while, but anyway, that's how he got started.
I did not ever sell one fern stand, which was kind of sad, but for some reason I never gave up on sales.
I bought a house from a guy. Every time he and I got together about the house, he kept insisting that I buy his lawnmower. I said, "But I just don't need it. I got a good lawnmower." And he said, "Well, I tell you what, I don't need it either. I'm just gonna leave it. And I know you weld and this, that, and the other, so how about building me a fish cooker?" I think, "Well, I'll do that." Oh, it was probably 6 months later, and he said, "That's the best fish cooker I have ever seen." He said, "Does a great job."
And my dad said, "Hey, I think we could sell these things."
So I designed one that we could actually build the burners and all for. And then fish cookers began to sell good enough that we kind of got out of the fern stand business. The business just escalated. We came from the backyard into a little building and then into a much bigger building down on 2nd Avenue. And it just kind of got to the point that I think, I'm gonna need some help with this thing.
The first name of our company was M&M Welding, which was McLemore and McLemore Welding with Dawson and his sons. And he tells this story, and I can actually picture it. He's in his truck, and in the rearview mirror, he can see the sun setting in the west.
And I got kind of talking to the good Lord about this thing and told him if he would kind of help me along with this business and let this thing flourish as much as I think it can, that we would name it after him.
He said, "You are the master, I am the builder. So if you will help me with this," his prayer was, "I will name the company after you if you will just help me."
If you'll just help me, I'll name it after you, and I'll call it Masterbuilt.
Which is where Masterbuilt came from.
When I ran the company, it was more or less started out of the back of a truck, and then the thing just evolved in such that I kind of retired and turned it over to the boys and whatnot, and John just seemed to be the leader of the whole crowd.
There was only so many things we could do and only so many people we could reach with what we were doing. It worked well, pedaling off the back of our trucks, but my vision for the company was a little more broad than that, and it dawned on me, man, we can multiply what we do, 10-fold, 100-fold, and there's no limit to what we could do to grow our company, but we can't do it alone. So once we expanded outside of just what we could do, with myself, my dad, and my brothers, the company really started growing, and it changed the dynamics of everything.
I never envisioned that thing from the backyard, it being something like it is today.
I'm 2nd generation. My son John is 3rd generation, carrying on McLemore's in our business. I love what I do more today than I actually did 43 years ago and last year, and it's just been an amazing journey.
I love the way John is doing it, and he's keeping the good Lord involved in the business at all times. I see that everywhere I go in the business, and it just kind of makes me proud that he's followed the same thing and whatnot. I just kind of wonder would I have really followed his coach as he did, but anyway, he's doing a good job with it.